Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Ravens coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Jackson now. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Again, it's Mostert. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Raheem Mostert taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that point from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Another run here with Dobbins. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback land on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted. But he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick. And nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. Darnold now to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On first down, they go with Mostert again. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Once again, it's Mostert. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. It's the Eagles with the early lead. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. The kick by Elliott is good. So 3 points on the board. As easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, How much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That gain on third down, good for 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jackson, he's got his man. It's Andrews. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And some room to maneuver. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 59 yards rushing for him now in the 1st half of this Super Bowl.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? We just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. A run with Mostert up the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Two minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. On 2nd down, Mostert. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And they're able to get this one across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Steps away to his left. Oh, he still makes a catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Gainwell fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Gainwell again. And this time he's not going anywhere. In fact, he'll lose yardage back to the 3. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Back to throw, Darnold. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Chris Watkins from 3 yards out. And the Eagles will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Elliott now to add the extra point. And one pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, manageable spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? You just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 83 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll go again with Dobbins. And some space here. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's going to go down, sacked right around the 17. Christian Wilkins able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are back within a score. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. This is intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball. Whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback, you have a much better opportunity.
Jackson's throws on target to Duvernay. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 22-yard line.
2nd down and 3. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Darnold. He'll check this one down to Gainwell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The Eagles on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 112 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And able to get this to the 31.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. What a moment for him. A pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints first time.
Yeah, that would pretty much seal the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall him on. What a play here. Another pick 6 in the Super Bowl. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Darnold. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Darnold. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Eagles have regained the lead in the 2nd half of this Super Bowl. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
been a great game, and we are not done yet. They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we're at the time of the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
They'll run with Dobbins. 110 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Jackson's going to try to sneak, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Tucker down to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a give to Mostert running right. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Now it's Darnold. Pass is tipped, but he's still able to bring it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, that kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Darnold. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. The 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Open man is Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Coming up on 2nd and 7. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Another run here with Dobbins. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
But they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. And it's all over. Just one is left standing, and that one is the Baltimore Ravens, your Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champions.